What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to introduce you to another slang term that I use, or you can say I made up. This is another word I use. It's called generics or stuck on generics. What I mean by that is that, it doesn't matter what social clique you're a part of. You could be part of the Black Conscious movement. You can be part of the MAGA movement. You can be a liberal, you can be a conservative, you can be a Christian, Muslim, atheist, black, white, male, female, whatever. It doesn't matter what group you're a part of. Every group has their like a certain slang or a certain rhetoric or cliche that they use all the time, that they use over and over again to the point that it becomes tiresome. That to a point where it becomes predictable. So it's kind of like when you have a conversation with a certain person who's a part of a certain group, you know exactly what they're gonna say, And as let's say for example, the Black Conscious movement, it's kind of like true revolutionaries are not predictable. They're not supposed to be predictable. But we'll come down to a Black conscious person, they gotta say stuff like the government owes us reparations, the black woman is God, the black woman is goddess, the white man holding us down, and what I'm saying, it's kind of like it's predictable, and even with conservatives and people on the right, they say certain things that are predictable. And it's like the same rhetoric over and over again and everything. And that's what I mean by stuck on generics. It's like they repeat the same stuff over and over again. Like the basic stuff everybody knows already. It's kind of like they stuck on the second grade, third grade level of information. And they don't really read books. They pretty much repeat what they've heard from other people. And they never really take the initiative to research further into their beliefs. And where their ideology came from, because I can tell that people are not as astute as they were maybe like 10, 15 years ago. Because I remember like back in the 90s, in the early 2000s, Black conscious folks, man, they were going like way out there in the information. You were reading all kinds of books. Not just history. We were reading like Alfred Crowley, we were reading Anton LaVey, reading Kenneth Grant, Pascal Beverly Randolph, Wilhelm Reich, some deep stuff. Dion Fortune, Joe Massey. We were going like deep. We're like talking deep, esoteric information, like dealing with the chakras, dealing with the Kundalini, dealing with tantra. We're going in, even with the history. What I'm saying, we're talking about ancient Egypt. Just ancient the Incas, the Mayas. Astrology, dealing, what I'm saying? We were dealing up with all kinds of stuff, reading all kinds of books. But nowadays, in 2019, going on 2020, all that they talk about is the white man keeping us down. Ain't nothing we can do about it. It's kind of like it just degenerated. It's like they're not reading books anymore. They don't really quote books or anything like that. And I doubt most of them still even read books. Not nowadays. It's just like it's all about like sharing memes and quoting, sharing old news articles on Facebook and getting outraged by it. That's pretty much what the Black conscious folks doing now. Now going to the other side, dealing with the right wing conservatism. This is pretty much the same thing. Because when I first got into it, it's kind of like I learned a lot. What I'm saying, I learned a lot. Especially dealing with the history of the Democrat Party and how they were really the party, of the the guys wearing the white sheets, terrorizing folks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's all this kind of stuff, and they're the ones that pretty much they were trying to stop the they're pretty much trying to stop integration. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whole. It's just like it's kind of like what I've learned is like they flipped history because a lot of people assume the Republicans or were always the racists and the Democrats were always the freedom fighters. But what I learned is really like a flip. So the Democrats were the ones who initiated Jim Crow, and the Republicans were originally the abolition party back in the day, and the first politicians back in the late 1800s, early 1900s were all Republicans, and stuff like that. So it's kind of like there's a lot of stuff I learned that they don't teach you in school, which I'm grateful for. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, it's kind of like to repeat the same stuff over and over again. And I'm like, shoot, most of these new guys on the right, what I'm saying, they don't know anything about like the deeper levels, dealing with, cause back in the old days, man, back in the 90s, I used to read like Behold the Pale Horse, read books on the New World Order, Bill Cooper, Jordan Maxwell, even Alex Jones was around back then. You know what I'm saying? Alex Jones was a new thing. Alex Jones has been around forever. So I've been into that, even David Icke, way back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And a lot of these new conservative guys jumped on the mega train. They didn't get into it until like when Trump got in office. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know what I'm saying? So about like I can go back, I can go like way back because I actually like read a lot of stuff that Bill Cooper and Ralph Epperson and Tex Mars and Jordan Maxwell stuff they were talking about back in the 90s is going on right now in 2019, going on 2020. You know what I'm saying? So I still got all those books, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I can go deeper even with the Occult Technology of Power, that book and stuff like that. You really got to go deeper into why things are the way they are, especially when it comes down to politics. And and a lot of mega people, they're not really, I mean, they got, I call it, they're pretty much on I call it surface level information. They're just still on the surface. So they repeat the same rhetoric, you know what I'm saying, about, about the Democrat Party, you know what I'm saying, all this kind of stuff. But, I mean, I've read stuff on Freemasonry, the Illuminati and all this kind of stuff, like way back. And I still got those books too. And a lot of the mega people, they're not really familiar with that, as as Black conscious people are, because people, a lot of I'm just gonna say it, a lot of white conservatives don't take the initiative to step up and talk to Black conscious people. You know what I'm saying? So if they took the initiative to do that, they'll help them out in the information too. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of stuff that they're on now, Black folks been talking about since the 90s and 80s on back, and everything. So, but everybody's just so stuck on generics. You know what I'm saying? They just repeat the same stuff over and over again. They just imitating what everybody around them are doing. They're just repeating the same stuff, what they heard so-and-so said on this YouTube video or whatever. But they never take the initiative to question their ideology because the right wing, they're not perfect either. And just like how Black conscious folks ain't perfect, nobody's perfect, and nobody has all the information. So that's why it's always good to study for yourself. And I would suggest that every once in a while, whatever your beliefs are, it doesn't matter if it's a religious belief, a political belief, or whatever. Put it to the side and read a book. Read a dictionary, read an encyclopedia. Watch the History Channel, or just go to the library or the bookstore or surf online and just read up on basic raw information, just basic information about, nature, science, where humanity came from, where the universe came from. Just go back to the basics of knowledge itself. If you're a Christian, find out where Christianity came from. Find out where the Bible came from. Find out, how the universe was created. Read about evolution, read about the Big Bang, read about alternative hypotheses about the Big Bang. If there's other theories out there, find out about God. Does God exist? If God does exist, Is God a male or female? You know what I'm saying? Just read about multi-dimensions, black holes, black matter. You know what I'm saying? Take the initiative to study things outside of your clique, every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying back away from your group, but I'm just saying that broaden your horizons. There's so much information out there that it'll help you out. And I always say that no matter what group you're part of, your group is not the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? No group, no clique, no group of people have 100% truth. You know what I'm saying? Whatever ideology or group you're part of, you got run across information that contradicts your group's ideology. So that's why I really deal with groups like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're stuck with a group, I mean, groups are good. Groups are good if you want to start out from the beginning, if you're just learning stuff. But every once in a while, you know what I'm saying, you got to leave the group. And I always use the launch pad term, the launch pad symbology that, you have a rocket ship on the launch pad, right? You're being a student, you're on the launch pad. You know what I'm saying? But eventually you gotta fire your engines to go over to the orbit, go into orbit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta leave Earth and you know what I'm saying, and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? You can't just stay in one place forever. You grow. You know what I'm saying? So always get information. You know what I'm saying? If you encounter new information, if you question it, read other information that will validate what you just read. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of false information out there. So always good to cross-reference. Read other books, read other authors, read people with an alternative viewpoint that you believe in. Be well-rounded, Don't just be stuck on generics and just repeating the same stuff over and over again because everybody else is repeating it, Just learn. Your time on earth is limited. Just learn as much as you can. But anyway, though, I just wanted to express that, get it off my chest. But if you have any input, just leave in the comments, and make sure you check out my other videos, and peace out.
The way it come is so profile. Now let's see, how many horses in this merry-go-round? Is it me? What do we have to do to cope when things ain't easy? Cause the same things that hurt me be the same things that please me. I reach for the sun and I give thanks for a change season. Water, earth, wind, and fire, so many reasons to build